Right. Hello, everybody. Today I have Ryan with us. He's going to talk to us a little bit about Penn College of Technology.
Hi, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you guys enjoy the presentation. Like Julia said, I'll be able to talk to you guys a little bit about Pennsylvania College of Technology, give you guys a little bit of background about the school, talk about some of the opportunities that we have, and just kind of about the school as a whole. So without any other further ado, let's dive right into it. So the first thing that you see here is a little bit about the return on investment. So we have 100 plus diverse majors across our 3 different schools. Those schools are nursing and health sciences, engineering technologies, and also business, arts, and sciences. So across those 3 different schools and those 100 plus majors, about 97% of the students that graduated from those schools were able to then go on within the first year and get a job. So that's what that graduation placement rate is. And within the last year, that graduation placement rate actually bumped to 98%. So like I said, those are students that are graduating, getting their degrees, and within the first year, those students are able to go out into the job force and get that job in their degree, what their degree's in. So then we have 150 plus learning labs where students are also able to come into our labs, see what we offer, and do the types of different opportunities that you'll be doing and different types of job possibilities you'll be doing once you get out into the job force. So those 150 plus learning labs allow students to make sure that they understand that type of technology and that equipment that they'll be using for the rest of their lives. And that 16 average class size allows us for the student to be able to create that type of one-on-one relationship with the professor in order to make sure that they can build that relationship, use that business and industry partnership that they'll be able to create with that professor, and also continue to move forward with what they would be able to do and learn more in those smaller class sizes. So like I said, we are a hands-on applied technology education school. So we are the national leader in that educational category. So like I said, a lot of students are going to be able to come in and they won't be, ironically, sitting at a computer, learning from laptops and learning from different PowerPoint presentations or watching videos and things like that. They will be in the job force, they will be in our lab settings, and they will be operating different types of equipment that they will be using in their job force, while also being able to really kind of involve themselves in the different clinical settings that we offer as a whole. So that hands-on technology education is what we are able to hang our hat on and what students are able to really kind of move forward with as they take it day by day, step by step, and learn what they need to learn to be successful in their job field. So we are also a Pennsylvania State University affiliate. So we are not a branch campus, as you guys can see on the screen. Branch campuses such as Penn State Hazleton, Penn State Wilkes-Barre, Penn State Harrisburg, things of that nature. We are not a direct branch campus. We are a direct affiliate. So what that means is that we are one of 3 special mission affiliates. They are Pennsylvania College of Technology, Hershey School of Medicine, and Dickinson School of Law. So what that affiliation does is it allows us to not only help with the Pennsylvania State education, but allows us to kind of make it our own unique way. So we have different majors, different admissions criteria, and different processes than the Penn State branches and the Penn State University. We have certificates, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, and we also have a couple of master's degrees that I'll talk to a little bit more in the presentation. But Penn State sees this curriculum, they really support it, and they allow us to make sure that we can see the types of educational backgrounds that we can formulate and allow to get out into the job field for those specific degrees. A lot of people like to ask about what type of affiliations we can have with Penn State. So Penn State also allows us to enter into their season ticket lottery for football. We're able to participate in their career and college fair. We're able to do things as far as Thon goes. And if students want to get involved with different clubs at Penn State, they're also able to do that as well. So like I said, we have those 100 plus majors across these 3 different schools that you guys can see on the screen. Like I said, business, arts, and sciences, engineering technologies, and nursing health sciences. So I'll talk a little bit more about those degrees later and which type of programs we can go into, but why Penn College really allows us to kind of dive into the access to the latest technology that students are able to see. So when you look at the screen here, you can see a lot about what students are going to be able to do in their labs. You don't see them, like I said, sitting behind screens, looking at PowerPoints, or making sure that they're writing papers or things of that nature. You see them in the dental hygiene clinic. You see student and faculty member working on the aviation technology plane that we have. We see students working on the culinary labs, making sure that they correctly work on the food that they need to do. You see people working on different cars for the automated manufacturing lab. There's just a ton of different opportunities for students, and those are just a couple of the opportunities and just a couple of the labs that you'll be able to see here on campus. So obviously, when you get deeper into your curriculum and into your field, you're going to need internships, clinicals, and senior capstones. A lot of the business and industry partnerships that we have here on campus allow us to make sure that students can get placed in the places that they would like to be placed. So between those business and industry partnerships, and depending on the major you would like, we have internships, clinical opportunities, both here on campus and off campus, and different senior capstone opportunities for students. We have a lot of different business opportunities that come to campus that want to make sure that they can even hire our graduates before they really even dive into the workforce down the road. So we have a lot of people that come to the campus. A lot of employers come and look at our welding students, and 65% of our welding students are hired before they even graduate. Same thing with like dental hygiene and plastics and polymer. They're able to just kind of dive in, check out our graduates, and make sure that they can hire them as soon as they get out of their degree seeking endeavors and then go into the job force. So they also have the opportunity to participate in global experiences. So some of our programs allow students to go abroad for a semester and study and really kind of get the feeling about what it's like abroad. One that you see on the screen there is the ability for our business students to go abroad down to Italy and make sure that they can have that type of experience. They take them about every year, and they're able to go down there, have a semester abroad, and really kind of focus on the business of a different country and not just in America. There's also opportunities for dental hygiene to go to Guatemala. Physician's assistants can go abroad, and there's a lot of different opportunities for just students in general from our programs to go to the different opportunities that they have abroad. So we know that obviously college is not just about what goes on in the classroom and the curriculum, but also about what a student can do to fill their time and make sure that they can have some fun as well. So there are over 65 different student organizations and clubs that people are able to participate in. They can be major-based, they can be interest-based, they can be just different things that you would want to try and test out. Just a lot of things that students would be able to engage in and make sure that they understand the different opportunities that they have. You can see things about people playing pool, you can see a lot of people hiking, you can see people kayaking. Some of our students like to paint the big rock that we have on campus that kind of changes with the seasons. There's just a lot of opportunities for students to be able to really interact. The biggest club and organization that we have here on campus is our intramural sports program. About 1/3 of our students on campus participate in intramurals, and we have about 20 different intramural sports that students are able to participate in. We are also a Division III athletics program with 16 different sports for either men's, women's, or co-ed options. So we have basketball, we have baseball, we have softball, we have soccers, we have cross countries. We just recently added men's lacrosse, and there's just a lot of different opportunities for students to kind of participate in those types of athletics if they would like to. And there's also 5 different clubs that students would be able to engage in if they did not want to go as easy as intramurals, but did not want to go as difficult as intercollegiate athletics. So kind of like I said earlier, over 65 student organizations that students are able to participate in. You can see some of them on the screen that allow students to just make sure that they can figure out the type of opportunities that they would be able to experience, what they would want to do, what type of interests they have, and really make sure that they fit in here well at Penn College. So we'll talk a little bit about the Penn College student. So the Penn College student overall also kind of looks at our student body and allows the student to make sure that they understand that they'll be included here at the campus. So we are 63% male and 37% female, with about 80% of our students being enrolled in bachelor's degrees, and about 80% of those students also being enrolled as full-time students. So those students that are full-time are taking more than 12 credits. And if you want to be part-time, we also allow that. We also have the ability for students to be non-degree. And we also have a lot of different countries represented. We have 9 different countries that are represented. And about 90% of our students are from Pennsylvania, but we are certainly growing that each and every year. One of the student profiles that we like to cover, his name is Garrett. So Garrett came to us from North Carolina as a welding and engineering fabrication technologies major. And when he came to campus, he really wanted to make sure that he was involved in the campus. He wanted to be sure he was involved in a lot of different organizations and a lot of different student activities, and make sure that he just took the initiative to be sure that he took advantage of all the different opportunities that Penn College could offer him. So Garrett, during his final semester, he wanted to kind of broaden his horizons, and he was able to pick up a business minor by studying abroad in that program that we discussed earlier, and making sure that he went there with that business program and picking up that minor. So once he was graduated, he really wanted to make sure that he was able to build a industry partnership with Tesla. So he reached out to Tesla and he was able to get an internship there. While he was there, he really enjoyed working with Tesla, but most importantly, Tesla really enjoyed having him there. So as soon as his internship was finished up, he was hired by Tesla on the spot out in Nevada. So how did Garrett get to do that? The first thing that he was able to do was follow our three-step admissions process. So the first thing that you'll need to do is complete the application. We have a free application on our website that you can fill out at www.pct.edu/apply. Like I said, it's free to complete, takes about 10 minutes to complete. And once you're done with the application and submit it, you're completely in the system and we're able to move on to the second step of the process. You can also submit the Common App if you would like to. If you're applying to other colleges and you have already filled out the Common App, we have recently partnered with them to make sure that you guys can just submit that to us through there as well. So the second step is to submit your transcripts. So this is right now with you guys being fall 2021 student applicants. What we'll be able to do is you guys could send your partial transcripts to us and we would be able to move you through the process. And then once you guys are able to graduate and move forward with picking a college, we would need those final transcripts sent to us just to make sure that we had clarification that you guys did graduate and were ready for the next step. We do not have any GPA requirements or anything of that nature. We are an open enrolling admissions school, so I'll talk about that a little bit here later. But it allows for students to make sure that as long as they graduate from high school and they feel that they would like to pursue post-secondary education, they absolutely have the right to do so. We do not require SATs as we are a test optional school, so we do not need SATs, ACTs, or anything like that. We would rather need you to take our placement tests. Now, I will say that if you do want to submit your SATs or your ACTs, you're more than welcome to do so. We have benchmarks that students are able to hit based on our placement requirements, where if they submit their SATs and got a 580 or higher in the math portion, they would be able to be exempt from the first portion of our placement testing. And if they got a 28 or higher on the English portion, they would be able to be exempt from our English portion. A lot of people get confused by the English portion because generally it's a 3-digit score for math and a 3-digit score for English for the SATs. So what happens is when you look at the English portion of the SAT, there are 4 different subcategories underneath of the 3-digit score. And the second category is the English/writing portion. And that could be a 25, 26, 28, 30, kind of depending on whatever the score was. If it is a 28 or higher, like I said, you'll get exempt from our English placement testing. But if it is a 21 to a 27 and you would still like to submit it, it is completely up to you and we will be able to evaluate it. But I like to make sure that students understand what those exemptions are because it does cost money to submit those SAT scores. So if you don't have those benchmarks, no worries at all. All you'll need to do is take our free placement testing either here on campus or off campus, and we'll be able to make sure that you guys are placed in a math and an English course where you would be most likely and most able to succeed. And you would be able to continue to build that math and that English skills up to make sure that you would be most suitable for success going forward. So when you're planning ahead, one of the things that you want to make sure that you ask about and you try to figure out is the financial aspects of college. We'll try and look at it a little bit here. We take grants, we take scholarships, and we take loans. So 9 out of every 10 students that we have here on campus has received some type of financial aid, whether it be any of these 3 opportunities. When you do apply and you get accepted to our college, you're able to submit your scholarship application, which you can fill out on our website. And then what that does is it's just one application, takes about 5 minutes or so to answer and complete, and then you move forward with having the ability to apply for over 300 scholarships by submitting that application. And then, like I said, we get grants, we get loans, we have external scholarships as well that have their own deadlines and their own criteria. And that allows students to make sure that they are financially stable going into their freshman year and going through college. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to ask them. I'll make sure I get you the answers. This is my contact information. That is my direct line for my office number. If you have any questions, you can feel free to call me. If you have any messages that you want to text instead, I know how popular texting is nowadays, you can shoot me a text message at the number there, and we'd be able to text back and forth and get you that information. You can schedule a student appointment with me on the pct.edu/Ryan page on my own staff page. I have a lot of different times out there where students can schedule an appointment with me and we can talk about it, anything that they would like to as far as the admissions process or any programs or anything like that. You can check out the application. Like I said, there's the link to the application, and we are having on-campus tours available. There are personal tours where you can come to campus, meet with admissions, tour the campus, tour a program that you would want to tour based on whatever one you scheduled, and then also meet with admissions again a second time, meet with me, and we'd be able to discuss anything that might have popped up for you during the tour, or if you had any questions that you needed to have answered prior to that. We would be able to talk about those. We also have opportunities for students on Saturdays because we know the weeks are very busy. So students would be able to come to campus on Saturdays based on the tour that they scheduled. They could register for a program tour and they'd be able to go through our labs. Or we have general campus tours every Tuesday and Thursday where students are able to come to campus, get a tour of the campus from one of our student ambassadors, and you'd be able to tour our library, our campus center, some of the buildings where a lot of our classes are held, and be able to go through our dorming options. So for first year students, we offer dorming, both pod style and apartment style, and you guys would be able to tour through those. So like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help you and answer any of your questions. So I look forward to talking with you guys if you have any questions. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I just have a couple general questions for you then, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
First question would be, what is the campus community like, and or do you have any favorite campus traditions?
So the campus community is really wholesome, and right now that is really something that we hold near and dear to our heart because we are completely on campus this fall. So a lot of students are making sure that they work together to make sure that everyone can stay in their classrooms and here on campus through this pandemic. So a lot of the different opportunities that we offer for students are about being on campus and offering the hands-on technology education. So by the ability of the students to make sure that they stay safe, and by our ability to make sure that the students stay safe, it allows us to make sure that we have a really wholesome environment with our student community, and they all make sure that they can get along with one another because they all want each other to be safe, and they all want the faculty to be safe. So I think we are one close-knit group as far as that goes, which is really difficult to do when you have campus that is just a shade under 5,000 students. So one of the other things as far as the campus traditions, one of the things that they do, I talked a little bit about it in the presentation, is the rock. They have a huge rock that's on campus, and every season they like to paint it based on something that's going on at that type of season. So right now it's a big, huge pumpkin that's got a nice big green stem painted on the top. It's got a nice big smiley face carved into it like a jack-o'-lantern with the paint. And then in the winter comes around, they like to paint it into a big snowball. Spring comes around, they like to paint it into different types of colors for the spring, leaves, and a lot of different options. And then in the summer, they paint it big yellow for like the sun. It really kind of depends on what's going on around campus. And then if there is something special going on in campus, our general opportunities and the different classes are able to go out there and kind of paint that rock to whatever they would like to do for that rock to make it just more colorful, more vibrant, and just kind of figure out what they would want to have it represent. So that's one of the coolest things that we have on here. And then one of the other, it's not really a tradition, but it's just a neat thing that we have on campus. It's called the Victorian House, and it was built by our construction design technology majors and our engineering technology majors. And we house a lot of different special guests that come to campus. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom house that is right on campus. The landscaping is beautiful. And like I said, it was built by our students. And when we have special guests come to the campus, that's where they stay. Like Jay Leno came last year, worked with a lot of our automotive students. He's a big car guy. We're obviously big car guys. So he was able to come to the campus, work with us for a week, work with some of our students, and kind of stay at that house. So it's a really unique opportunity for students to be able to come through and see and just kind of tour through. It's just where we were able to house all those special guests that come to campus.
Well, that sounds fun.
So
Next question would be, what kind of like student support services are there on campus, like academic or social, emotional, stuff like that?
yeah, so we have disability services, we have counseling services, we have tutoring options for students. We just want to make sure that the students know that they are number one and they have the ability to get help in any type of options that they would need help in. So like I said, with disability services, obviously you're able to set up what you would need to through them. They're more than happy to help and try and figure out what you would need to best accommodate you. As far as counseling services, they're always there to make sure that students know that they are valued and that they want to be here, or we want them to be here, and that they have the ability to pursue whatever type of degree they would want to in their life. No matter what type of difficult situations they're going through, we have multiple counselors there that have gone through an awful lot and have seen an awful lot. So they are very high trained and very well documented counselors that are able to make sure that you guys understand exactly what you're going through, how you're going to be able to get through it, and they'll make sure every step of the way that you guys know just how important you are. And that goes for any of the type of support services that we have here. It's the same thing with tutoring. A lot of our campus community makes sure that they sign up to be tutors. Like a lot of the counselors in the apartment or in the department are able to be tutors. Different people around campus are able to be tutors. But because we don't have graduate assistants on campus, it's all the faculty that's all very experienced in what they would need to do to help students. And because we are a hands-on school, that ability with that faculty is all because they've already experienced what the students are having trouble with. So they make sure that they take a page out of their own book to make sure the student knows exactly what they're going to be able to do, how to get through that, and how to learn that the most effectively.
Awesome, that sounds great. That's all the questions I had. Do you have any contact information you want to throw up on the screen again?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll put my contact information back up there from the end of the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Oops, I forgot to share the screen. 1 sec.
Awesome.
Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, good deal. So that's my information. I know my last name's not the easiest, so I like to make sure that people can kind of get that understood and get that spelled out. And then, like I said, you guys can reach out to me at any point in time with the email. You can reach out to me with the phone number, the texting, schedule a student appointment with me, schedule a personal tour with me if you would like to, if there's a program out there that has specific dates that you're able to go to. And I will show you guys a little bit on the website. If you don't mind, can I just pop up the website real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, give me 1 second here, and I will switch the screen. So this is our website right here. It allows us to make sure that you guys understand where you're able to go. This is the homepage, real simple URL, www.pct.edu. And then if you want to apply, like I said, you come in here, just real quickly, apply. Whether you're a first-year student or anything like that, you would be able to go through the application process. Just click first year, pops in, gives you the 3 steps, apply via Common App, apply for admission. And then you'd be able to go through and do that. But we'll talk about the visit opportunities here, where you can go in, and there it talks about the Saturday academic tours. These are the academic areas that have Saturday tours. So if you were interested in construction management, you could see that you could register for the Saturday tour that we have registered and ready to go for November 7th. Or if you wanted to go for baking and culinary, there's another date that would be able to pop up for that. Self-scheduled student personal tours. So these are the most in-depth, and you can make sure that you pick out one of these options for students, whichever program you wanted to go into. Graphic design and art. You can see a few dates here where you'd be able to go in and register, and those are generally kept to just 1 student and their family per tour. So you would be able to go in and register for those types of tours depending on whichever one you wanted to click on. And then the campus tours are the general campus tours where you'd be able to come to campus on a Tuesday or a Thursday and get the general tour of campus. And those are the dates that we have registered there. We generally take up to 4 families in for those general campus tours. So that is kind of the extent of it all. And if you guys, like I said, have any questions or anything like that, Julia obviously has my contact information. Glad that you have my last name correctly. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, my phone's always on me. I can always check my email. I always check my text messages. I always check my phone calls and my voicemails. And I don't bite. So you guys can just make sure that you reach out to me and I'll get you any of the information that you need.
Great. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Okay. Yep. No problem. Take care.